Yes, students, welcome to our video lecture. Today we are going to study our last important topic of the chapter, and that topic is, students, cost of living index number. Generally, students, we study cost of living index number. We check the basic standard of living of different sections of the society. People in different sections of the society will have different standard of living. So in order to get a basic idea of standard of living, students, we study the concept of cost of living index number. Now let us define the cost of living index number. The percentage relative change. The percentage relative change in the cost of living of a particular section of society. The percentage relative change in the cost of living of a particular section of society in the current year compared to its cost of living in the base year, students, is called cost of living index number for that particular section of society. Once again, the percentage relative change in the cost of living of a particular section of society in the current year compared to its cost of living in the base year is called cost of living index number for that particular section of society. Students, cost of living is different for different sections of society. So society is divided into different sections in terms of cost of living. Everybody in general may not have same standard or same cost of living. The formula for cost of living index number is very same to that of index number, which is, I am writing in short, cost of living index number is P1 upon P0 into 100, where P1 is the current year's expenditure and P0 is the base year's expenditure. Clear, students? So, cost of living index number is basically studied in order to evaluate the standard of living of different sections of society. So, what is the main purpose of studying this cost of living index number? Then the answer to this is, it is basically studied to check the standard of living of different sections of society. Now, students, what points are to be considered while studying or while constructing cost of living index number? Points for construction of cost of living index number. The first point is purpose. Students, for what purpose we are constructing the cost of living index number? Generally, it is constructed to study the basic standard of living. Then comes family budget inquiry. We also consider family budget inquiry. The next important thing is, students, family budget inquiry means what? On an average, how much a family spends on monthly budget to sustain their cost of living. And in this, the 5 items which are considered are food, clothing, house rent, fuel, and electricity. The last is miscellaneous expenditures. So your monthly family budget is based on this. You can ask your mother who is managing the budget, and you can ask your father who is funding the budget. The third is availability of prices of items. And in day-to-day life, students, retail prices are considered for construction of cost of living index number. one of the most important MCQ asked from this topic. Which prices are considered in the construction of cost of living index number? The answer is the retail prices. And all of you know, retail prices are significantly different from wholesale price or cost price. Students, you will wonder to know, a farmer is given only 12 to 15 rupees per kg in terms of wheat price. But when we buy, we are giving 30 rupees per kg. It becomes double. So, retail prices are significantly different from wholesale prices. Then the fourth point is selection of an appropriate base year. A normal year which is free from natural and man-made calamities, which is free from economic recession and boom, which is free from political instability, is considered as base year. Then students, the next point is selection of an appropriate average. The next point is selection of an appropriate average. Here we have to remember 2 points. Ideal average for construction of cost of living index number is geometric mean, and practical average in practice we use weighted mean because there is difficulty for calculation of geometric mean. So again, 2 important MCQs, which is ideal average for construction of cost of living index number, geometric mean, but which average is used in practice, weighted mean. 2 important MCQs. And the 6th point is of most importance, and that point is weight. And weight is again divided into 2 parts. Now see students, what do you mean by weight? When you go for your family budget inquiry, food, clothing, rent, fuel and miscellaneous, do you divide your income into 5 equal parts? No. Maximum importance is given to food, then rent, then clothing, then fuel and electricity, and last comes miscellaneous. So different items in family budget inquiry are given different relative importance. Different items in family budget inquiry, students, are given different relative importance, and relative importance given or attached to an item is called its weight. So what is definition of weight? Once again, different items in family budget inquiry are given different weights, and the different relative importance given to items or commodities is called its weight. So in general, the relative importance attached to a commodity or an item is called its weight. So weight of all the items may not be same when we construct cost of living index number. There are 2 types of weights in practice. The first is implicit or indirect weight. And the second is explicit or direct weight. So students, how many types of weight we have? 2. Implicit or indirect weight and explicit or direct weight. What is implicit weight? Weight which is expressed indirectly is called implicit weight or indirect weight. Say weight of food is 3 times the weight of rent. Weight of rent is twice the weight of clothing. Like that, indirect weight. So the weight which is expressed indirectly, which is not expressed directly in terms of numbers, is called implicit or indirect weight. weight which is expressed directly in terms of numbers is called explicit weight. So all of you should understand this. This topic is very, very important for us. This topic of weight is very, very important for us. So revising again, students, the entire topic of weight. In the family budget inquiry, the main 5 items which are used are not given equal importance, they are given relative importance. So the relative importance attached to a commodity or an item is called its weight. Students, there are 2 types of weights. The first is implicit or indirect weight, and second is explicit or direct weight. The weight which is expressed indirectly, not directly in terms of numbers, is called implicit weight or indirect weight, and weight which is expressed directly in terms of numbers is called explicit weight or direct weight. There are 2 methods of assigning direct weight. In this also we have 2 methods. First is family budget method, and second is total expenditure method. So as far as our sums are considered, we are always considered with these 2 methods only. So this much you should learn and write perfectly. Then students, we can do the sums of cost of living index numbers. I hope this is very, very clear. Now students, today I am going to discuss only one method, and that is family budget method. So explicit weight or direct weight is again expressed by 2 methods, and those 2 methods are family budget method and total expenditure method. So here I am highlighting explicit weight, which is again divided into 2 methods. Total expenditure method, and the other is family budget method. In this, cost of living index number is given by sigma IW upon sigma W, where I is simple index number, P1 upon P0 into 100, and weight is expressed as P0 Q0. So this becomes one of the most important and interesting topic of the chapter. Now students, before starting 1.4, I am doing first and second sum of exercise 1.3, which I kept pending. The information about 6 different items used in the production of an electronics item is as follows. Find the index number and interpret it. So indirectly when weights are given, we have to use this formula. So exercise 1.3, answer 1. The table to obtain, this is not a cost of living index number, simply I can call it as index number, is as below. The first column I make of items which are A, B, C, D, E, F. Then weights. Now percentage price relative. Always remember students. Percentage price relative is always index number I. Price relative means P1 upon P0 multiplied by 100 gives us index number. Now, weights are 5, 10, 10, 30, 20 and 25. So this weights are total as 100. Index numbers are 290, 315, 280, 300, 315 and 320. This total I do not require. To apply the formula, I need totals of IW and W. So students, only one column if I have to make, and that column is nothing but IW. 290 into 5. So 290 students into 5 will be 1450. Then 3150, 2800, 9000, 6300. This is 8000. So if I total this, then sigma item is how much? Let me check. 30,700. So index number is equal to sigma IW upon sigma W. 30,700 upon 100, so it is 307. This is what we have obtained. Now interpret it. So the percentage change in the current year compared to the base year. Percentage change in the current year. Interpretation. Percentage change in current year compared to base year is equal to 307 minus 100, which is 207%. So this is a significant change. Interpretation means what? Whatever index number we have obtained, from that you subtract 100. Whatever answer you get, that is the percentage change in the current year. So I can say that percentage change in the current year compared to the base year is 207%. So index number has changed by 207% in the current year compared to its value in the base year. Okay students, now second question. Now students, second question. The information about 6 different items used in the furniture items is as follows. Find the index number for the 50 with the base year is 2014 and interpret it. Okay, second sum. We start with the basic items. How many items are given? 6. A, B, C, D, E, F and total. Weights are 15. Then 22, 16, 12 and 18. Now instead of giving index number, we have given price of base year, which is P0, price of current year, which is P1. So I will be P1 upon P0 to 100, and then in the column of item. So base year's price are 30, 20, 50, 32, 40 and 60. This total is not required. Current year's price are 24, 70, 40, 48 and 24. First of all, let us operate all the index numbers. Here I will be 24 upon 30 and 200. Here I will be 24 upon 20 into 100. Here I will be 70 upon weight. Here I 40 upon 32 into 100. I 48 upon 40 into 100. And I 24 upon 60 into 100. I have calculated all the index numbers beforehand. 80, 120, 140. This is 80. This is 120. This is 140. Last year 125, 120. 125, 120 and 150. Now students, the totals of IW 1360. IW 1360. 15 into 120. 15 into 120, 1800. Then 22 into 140. 3080. Then 125 into 16. How much? 2000, 1440. 1440. And the last is 150 into 80. 2700. And the total of IW is 12,380. 12,380. So simply, index number will be sigma IW upon sigma W. 12380. Students, the total of weight comes out to be 100. So this index number is 123.8. Percentage change of index number in the current year will be 123.8 minus 100, that is 23.8. So we can say the price in the current year compared to the price in the base year has increased by how many percent? 23.8%. Interpretation easily, students, you can write on your own. I am explaining orally. We have done the interpretation in question number 1. Percentage increase in the price in the current year compared to the price in the base year is 123.8 minus 100, students, and that is 23.8%. This is how, students, we find index number using the formula sigma IW upon sigma W. Mind you, this is not cost of living index number. This is simple index number, but the formula is applied as given in the family budget method. So whenever weights are given, we have to use the formula sigma IW upon sigma W, students, to find index numbers. So this is very, very important. So students, we conclude with these two sums. Remaining, we will start exercise 1.4 from the next lecture, and you can note down this theories twice, once in parallel and once in rough. Thank you, students.